After a 2-year break, the State Fair is opening its doors on Friday with a high of 98 degrees at Cal Expo for Sacramento. Our noontime temperature between about the mid to upper 80s. Our peak heat, though, not hitting until 4 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon and evening. Our sunset at 8:30, and it's at that point that things start to cool so nicely, and it makes for beautiful evenings out at the State Fair. We so often joke that, oh, it's State Fair time, and so the heat must be on with that summer heat, and there's a reason why. July tends to be the hottest month of the year for the Valley. You can see downtown Sacramento, Stockton, and Modesto all hitting their all-time record highs in the month of July, whereas Sacramento executive, it was June back in 1961 with a high of 115 degrees. Now, yes, we are going to be warming things up nowhere near those all-time record highs. In fact, we're really not going to be getting near record highs at all. It's just that we are expecting highs in the 100s for a bit of a stretch here through the weekend. Also, what we're going to be watching is that risk of thunderstorms in the Sierra. So if you kind of look off to the east up towards the Sierra, might see some towering cumulus clouds. We'll be watching for the fire danger with lightning, a possibility in that forecast. But back to the heat for the Valley. It is on. We reached that peak on Saturday. Then we start to see some slight cooling heading into the early next week forecast. But overall, it is really going to be some summer heat here that we're dealing with. And that means the air conditioners really getting going here by about 1 o'clock in the afternoon all the way through 7 o'clock. If you need to take a break from the heat at the State Fair, there are plenty of venues that you can actually get some relief from that heat. So that's some good news there, because it is really going to be quite difficult, especially if you're spending time on the blacktop, the concrete, where even though the air temperature is at 102 degrees, that actual surface will be anywhere from about 140 to over 165 degrees. And again, the hot weather with all the equipment that's out there, not only on playgrounds, but some of the rides and attractions that are out at the State Fair. Metal and even the seats can get quite hot. Just be aware of that. Might want to just be extra cautious during the afternoon. Should cool nicely, though, again, once we get into the evening. Now, this heat isn't going anywhere. Friday, we had a high of 98. Saturday, we're at 102. Sunday at 101. But you'll notice those overnight lows are in the 60s. So the mornings are actually quite nice until we get to the late afternoon, early evening. That's when things really start to heat up, and then a nice slow cooling coming in. Out at the State Fair or even out and about over the weekend, heat exhaustion, heat illnesses are very possible. A couple of signs for heat exhaustion: dizziness, thirsty, heavy sweating, nausea, and weakness. The elevated risk comes when it becomes heat stroke with dizziness, confusion, and the person may actually become unconscious, and that's when you want to call 911. It's a dangerous situation to be in. Looking at the long-range forecast, well, it is July, and above-average temperatures are expected throughout the entire state heading into the next week or so.